Good morning, everyone. Joe, thank you for that introduction. We have been friends for a long period of time and went through leadership together, and you've gone on to great heights and new job responsibilities, and somewhere in the course of our time, our paths continue to cross, and you went on to, of course, to Blue Cross, and I went on to unemployment, and somehow I lost track of you along the way. First, let me say, and you received him warmly, but I'm going to ask if you would do it again. It's not easy doing what we do in running for office, let alone being in office, and so I must also. I haven't. I talked to him on the phone last night. Yesterday was one of the few days that Al Taubenberger and I did not spend together because we were running all over the city separately. We spent a lot of time together. And I think the only thing we didn't do is that Al and Joanne didn't have me over for a meal, which I'm still working on. So could you please, again, for me, recognize Al Taubenberger? I'm hopeful that I may have possibly made some inroads into the family yesterday. Some of you may have seen NBC 10's debate on Sunday. Al made he ran a good campaign and made virtually no errors. He did get tripped up during the course of that debate, and suggested that if mayor, of course, you have access to the link and Citizens Bank Park, and mayor has a box, and said that, if he were mayor, he'd take Matt and William, his sons, to the game. And I seized on an incredible opportunity to reach right into the Taubenberger family and stood up, took a leadership role and advocacy position for Joanne, his wife, and Liz and Sarah, his daughters, and went right for the women's vote in the Taubenberger household. And suggested that if I was mayor, I'm taking Joanne and Liz and Sarah to the Eagles game. I think they were starting to hear my message. And so I'm not sure how they voted, but I think I had a shot. To Mark Schweiker, great president of the Chamber of Commerce, for your great work in helping to put today's event together. And then, of course, to Howard Myers, chair of this great Committee of 70, and to Zach Stahlberg for one of the most interesting introductions that I've ever experienced. It is, only in Philadelphia could we have this sense of politics that I was asked to come and speak the morning after the election to the only organization that has sued me. And I came anyway. I mean, it's just only in Philly can this kind of stuff go on. And I didn't even do anything. I mean, I was following the law, and I got sued anyway. I mean, it's just, only a Philadelphia lawyer could do that. I saw when I was coming in our district attorney, and I heard that Josh Shapiro may be here. I don't know if there are any other elected officials other than I see Frank Rizzo over on the side, but to those elected officials and anyone that I missed, good morning, and thank you all for being active participants in the process of making Philadelphia a great place. I want to say thank you, lastly, to many of you here in the room who have been supporters of mine for a long period of time, whether when I was in City Council or during the course of the primary or since the primary during this period leading up to the general election. It has been an incredible journey, and I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to serve again and to come back into government. The voters have spoken, and quite frankly, I really like what they said. It has just been wonderful, and you've welcomed me and my family with open arms, and I've had an opportunity in the course of this campaign to talk about some things that maybe I didn't either have the time or the platform to talk about as a member of City Council, as I have in the course of this mayor's race. Together, we all have an opportunity to write a new chapter in the history of this great city. As many of you have heard, I'm rather excited about the future. I know that expectations are very high, and I'm pretty happy about that because I think for too long our expectations have been too low, that we have not demanded and expected more from ourselves and from government, and certainly as the expectations are high, and we put out, I think now 13 different policy papers, I think some of the best work around. I've told the citizens what I plan to do, but as mayor of this city, I also plan to challenge our citizens and put out some ideas and suggestions about what regular people should be doing to help support this city government. We cannot do everything by ourselves. So this is a shared responsibility and a shared commitment and shared obligation, but also a sharing and a hope for the future. We are a great city, and we need to start talking about ourselves in a different fashion. This notion that somehow we are second tier or second or third best, that we should just take anything that comes our way, for me is unacceptable. It is not the kind of city that we are, and I think we know better. And so we need to get over ourselves at a certain level and stop being so envious of other places. We are not Boston. We are not New York. We are not D.C. We are not Chicago. We are not San Francisco, Atlanta, Orlando, or anything else. We are Philadelphia, and we need to be proud of it.